Hello, I'm Rich Murphy, and this is a kind of video or electronic book launch um, from my book, Inside Stories, um, coming out this spring by Resource Publications at Stock Publishers. I greatly appreciate their publishing the book. I think it's an important one for me. And I'm going to include 5 poems um, as an attachment to this particular video so that people get an opportunity to hear some or watch some examples and listen to some examples of the poems in case they were interested in purchasing the book. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it very much. Ambling the cranial hemispheres. When mind wandering from brain stem, where family roots route this way and that, hiking hoots and insight stabilize for the moment and stun with transformation. Daydreams show on a lobe tickle, while awareness sometimes throws light that electrifies to a shore in memory. A drifting thought catches on and plucks at the nerve behind eyeballs, as the synapse creates an image to feast on. Ignoring the outside memes to arrive at ear canals and sound systems, enunciation roars while the threat squeaks, a mouse in a cabin. Waiting for arousal in the garden, nostrils and blossoming taste buds harvest. Sensing from skin and follicles, a touch here and there and there and there embraces, overwhelming the interior trek. But a whole cortex most excites when confusion confounds, contests with stark possibilities, until the whole head and body address to redress. Motoring from global to mobile. The global workplace and back room meet at 3 pounds in the cranium, sharing thinking and information. No beef hangs from hooks or bills sandwiched with condiments, and no knives operate on fat. To the frontal lobe studio, where performance runs the show, memory with vendettas and bias jumps on the first synapse to volunteer resources and emotion. Best if a polymath, perhaps. The expressway in either direction also takes to heart on the early vein, main artery, or slow boat corpuscle, blood flow tunneling a muscle market. The walk through bone up course, focus, discipline, and routine turns into a handbook page learner from toes to scalp. Critical and creative, analysis and synthesis plug away at the key. Inside story. The self-contained relies on the inside firm Kierkegaard Associates to complete the resignation form. The HR department seeks to solidify the dotted line with a signature all along the way. Only a wit's drive within a becoming against impulse, personal history, and evolutionary memory disciplines to master, always too soon cut short, within the sublime that pulls its sleeves. The seamless dynamics on a planet care little for the efforts grunted into meaning by two-legged animals. Determination to hold experiences close to the breast rewards enough with art that reminds tomorrow. Restless in species, instinct and urges gel when an inner world quakes. Another lone vessel for DNA, impress, and second-guessed action dances. Trope-hope. Pedal to the metal on four bald tires, the antique vehicle without emergency flashers, seat belts, or brakes speeds down the wide-open expressway. A worn-out interior, lacking working idiot lights, continues to nurse what nature wounded one long night decades and decades ago. Sweaty questions without answers. Declared crazed by bystanders, the driver focuses on the guidance motivator from every molecule in the decrepit body while completing a sentence, a mission. The performance ends with a scene, a minor purpose in a roadside ditch that hopes for sapiens' best practices. But the quanta system also laughs at the fittest, once attractive to urges, perhaps, but without complex beauty evolving into a possible cosmos. Imminent courage. Such guts that clamor to climb out from flesh rattle at the bone cage, for a glimpse at the whole picture, for touchstone and background sound. A taste for the boreal, a sniff over the genome dome. The futility inspires hat-tipping by the few veterans who pass by. Most hip joints, accessorized even with heads, assume without question and stroll to the bus stop where the 8:40 arrives on time. The illusory snapshots or pixeled hormone movies, recording a momentary locale for the family entertainment and edification, settle in emotion. Stuck within 5 senses in galaxies, the made-up minute in breath heaves to adjust for the sun and moon.